higher. The Most High is my rock. The Most High is my rock. The Most High is my rock. Yeah. The Most High is my rock. I keep my Bible on top. The Most High is my rock. No time for cupcake and the cutlet. Hit the streets and start cutting. The Israelites are bubbling. The Israelites are coming. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. You can keep the stuffing. It's pagan, disdain, it's vain, it's nothing. The European Union about to hit the button. And I feel sorry for you if you think the Lord is bluffing. That's why I hit the booth and I tell the truth. Are you fishing with the truth? Homie, where's your fruit? If the Most High is your rock, don't treat him like a side piece. Come in this truth plan and treat you like a side piece.
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
All right, thank you for joining us again for another class here at ISBHPK, Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. All right, as you know, we're here out of Norfolk, Virginia. We have class Tuesdays and Thursdays and Fridays from 7 p.m. until 9 p.m. All right, we'd like to thank all the brothers and sisters that have been watching us on this channel. If you can like, share, and subscribe, please definitely like the videos. That definitely gets the algorithm moving and grooving and getting our shows and classes out there so other people can see them. So definitely make sure that you like the video, all right, the class. As you know, we're also in Houston. The address is there. They've been there for over 15 years, so we're definitely expanding and increasing and getting this word out to our people. They have class on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and Saturdays. Mondays and Wednesdays are from 7 p.m. until 9 p.m. Sabbath night class is going to be from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. And then they have the Sabbath service, which will be 10 a.m. until whenever class is over. As y'all seen last Sabbath, where they had that, good class. A lot of good teachers in there. So that's every Sabbath. San Antonio has a location as well. It should be up there on the screen. All right, and events, feasts that are coming up, holy days. We have Purim, which is going to be the March 6th and March 7th. It's a Friday and Saturday. So if you can actually make plans, come on out, either here in Norfolk or in Houston or in San Antonio, and fellowship with your brothers and sisters, man. This is going to be a beautiful 2 days, and it's good to have feasts, man, to relax and kick it, dealing with the long week, dealing with, good old Babylon the Great, here in America. So it's good to be around brothers and sisters in strength and to be able to feed off of that, all right? Again, that's going to be March the 6th and 7th, and this is going to be for Purim, all right? Passover, April the 12th. I know we keep saying it every class, but April the 12th. If you haven't RSVP'd yet, please do. There should be a link on there that you can RSVP for your spot. And that's just for us to understand who's coming, as well as for the food that should be prepared, because we're getting lamb. We got lamb always on Passover, and they always do a good job in cooking all those different dishes. It's going to be, again, April the 12th. There is no cost for the Passover. You can come. It's going to be free, but we ask if you want to give alms, please do. Again, for the event itself, for the lambs, it is definitely needed. The address should be, or it is, on the screen. Again, this is going to be April the 12th in San Antonio. All right. Brother Mashaba that you've seen in the Sabbath class, he has a blog talk radio that he does every Tuesday and Thursday, which is going to be at 9:30 a.m. And there's a lot of archived classes on there as well of a lot of dynamic teachers that have been teaching over the years through that blog talk radio. So check that out. Again, listen to that while you're rolling in the vehicle. It's an app that you could download and download those classes as well. Numerous different topics and very educating. So something that you can definitely put your kids onto as well. Again, if you need to reach any of the priests, we have Priest Kazakia, his number's up there, and Priest Kwatazap as well. We ask during class, please text only, but the priests are available for any type of questions, counseling, and this is what we do. This is what we're growing into. All right. As for that, we're going to open it up for questions.
Right.
So if anybody has any questions, we'll go ahead and knock a couple out before our topic today for class.
Yeah. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. You can just put that up there. Today is Thursday, huh? Feels like a Tuesday.
Feels like I don't know what's going on. Now does it? Yeah.
It feels.
I like it though.
Feels like a Tuesday.
You just in the.
It feels like a Friday to you. Would it feel like? That's what I'm saying.
Dang.
It feels like a Tuesday.
Actually, got a couple more days of work. So.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of other things that got to be done.
I got a question.
We'll go to this question. Throw the link in. Make sure you throw the cable show link in there. You're trying to get as many as people on that. That's a whole different thing we're doing. We got, man, there's going to be a lot of good things coming out of the cable show. So check that out. Also, our news show, if y'all are familiar with that, a lot of brothers before has been asking about the news show. A lot of people liked that. So we brought it back. We separated from the clutter of the channel that we have now. And we're going to be, that's going to be coming maybe tomorrow. All right. It's in post editing and and it's going to be out very soon. All right. So throw that link in there for the cable show. What's your question, huh?
In 1 Peter 2:6, when it talks about the chief cornerstone, I know it's talking about Christ.
Okay.
As far as using the label of cornerstone, because I know when I did look up the definition of cornerstone, it was only the starting point of a building when you start to build a building.
Right.
The starting point.
Right.
So is that referencing saying that he's the start of it all?
Right. He's the start, but he's also the foundation.
The foundation of the nation.
Yeah, he's the foundation of the nation. Let's go to that scripture real quick. He's asking a question, and where is it?
1 Peter 2:6.
1 Peter 2, verse 6. Go ahead and read that.
Wherefore it is contained in the scripture, behold, I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone, elect, precious, and he that believeth on him shall not be confounded.
Right. Go ahead.
Unto you therefore which believe he is precious, but unto them which be disobedient, the stone which the builder disallowed, the same is made the head of the corner.
Right. Right. You get that Yahweh Shai is the head, the cornerstone, the foundation. Right. Go to 1 Corinthians 3:11. You know, when it talks about building and structure, this is where you can go to. Start at 3:9. 1 Corinthians 3:9.
1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 9. For we are laborers together with the Most High. Ye are God's husbandry.
Right.
Ye are the Most High's building.
Right. So you're the Most High's building. Go ahead.
According to the grace of the Most High, which is given unto me as a wise master builder.
So there you go. So you know the scriptures is correlating it to a building, right? The Bible also correlates your body as a building, and the Spirit dwells in you, right? So you see that it's just parable form, showing that we're building and something is being established. A foundation has to be there. A structure has to be there, right? A lot of people don't get that.
Like a blueprint.
There you go. But a lot of people don't get that. They think that there's no structure. There's no. You're making it too hard. When you look at it through the blueprint, you use a perfect point. The blueprint and the establishment and how it's going to be structured. Now you're looking at stability, right? You're looking at how things are going to be stable. People don't look at it like that. So that's why a lot of times they come in, and when it's too structured, right? When there's too much order, it's like, whoa, hold on a second. Y'all are too serious about this. But this is why that analogy, the parable, is used to show, man, wait a minute. We're building something. You don't just go build your house, any building, any way, right? Because if you don't lay the foundation correctly, if you don't lay the corners correctly, then what's going to happen? It's going to tumble, it's going to break. And that's why the analogy is used, showing that if we don't build the correct way, then your house is going to fall. Go ahead.
I have laid the foundation, and another buildeth thereon.
Right, and he's speaking on his level, what he came and did, right? He laid a foundation, and then another man built on. But we know who laid the foundation of foundations. Yahweh Shai. He came and laid everything from the beginning and said, okay, this is how it's going to be done. Then they came and built on that, right? Right. Yeah, we could put that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep, that's right on point. Go ahead, read on.
But let every man take heed how he buildeth thereupon.
Right. So how he built upon. Let's throw that one in there. Hold that. Go to
Isaiah 28:16.
Isaiah 28:16. Yeah. Just write what's your question. Just write what you. It's a good one. This is something we haven't hit in a while about Christ Yahweh Shai being the master builder. We're master builders. We're training to be master builders, and we are building something because if you don't look at it that way, the seriousness doesn't come through. A lot of people don't understand. It takes hard work, diligence. It takes your hands getting dirty. And it has to be done correctly. We can't say that too many times. It has to be done correctly. If not, what you're building is going to be destroyed. Now, when you look at that nation-wise, or if you're doing one, you got visions, right? Where no vision is, the people perish. So you got a vision for your household, but there's a vision for the school. But that vision is supposed to be for the nation, right? Everything is a bigger vision. So you're building your house, personal, wife, kids, everything, right? Then you got the house of the Most High, right? Or if you even want to go back, you got your temple, your house, right? Then your house, your family, right? And then the house of the Most. So that's all it's saying, is that us building these houses, we have to lay the foundation correctly. The foundation is Yahweh Shai. He's the example. And all these other men are following this example on how to lay it. You can't just go in there and do it any old way. There's a structure, right? It's a method, yeah. Go ahead.
Where you at?
Isaiah 28:16. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation.
Yeah, we understand this foundation. Keeps talking about this foundation, because why? A lot of foundations that are laid, like you said, when it's laid on something unsure, or you don't have that concrete. I really don't know too much about housing, but you can't have a house on mud.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Let a little water hit. That's where we're going to start sliding down the way. But it's saying about a foundation, read.
A stone. A tried stone.
A tried stone. So something that has been fortified.
Right.
Something that's not going to break down so easily.
Yeah. Even when you build your cement, it has to be built the correct way, or it can crumble. Yep. It can break. It won't last. So we used to in San Antonio, Albuquerque. We used to basically build houses. Not from the foundation, but from building on the inside, the walls, painting, You know, that's how I learned how to build a wall, because all the schools, how we did it ourselves.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, it takes work.
We did it.
Yeah, it takes work, and if you don't do it the right way, you lean on that wall, and the wall will fall. But that's what Israel has to understand as a nation, as a body, as a household, as a family, as yourself. If you don't got stability, man, you're going to crumble quick.
Keep reading.
A precious cornerstone.
Right.
A sure foundation.
It's like you said, you know, if you don't have a foundation, and you look at the world, a lot of people have no stability because they have no foundation. Relationships aren't on no foundation. Their life has no foundation. They're everywhere. They're scatterbrained.
Yep.
You know, so with showing that Christ came down with a specific will, specific method, a specific way of doing things, and we build right upon that. You know, but showing that this was a sure foundation. That's why the scripture says, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of your time. So the Bible gave us what was supposed to make us stable and sure. And Christ was the one who came down just to edify even more and show how that was so. Keep reading.
He that believeth shall not make haste.
Yeah, you ain't gonna make no haste on this sure foundation, on Christ.
Right, because you know it works.
Oh yeah, you seen it.
Yeah, you seen it work. You believe that it works. You know that if we build like Yahweh Shai built, then it's gonna last. It's gonna be durable. Right. Not like the worldly foundations and the things that always fail. Right. You know, your ex-pimp life, your Mac life, that failed. Right? You know, your job can fail. 20 years, how many of us brothers and sisters had 20-year jobs and they said, oh, we gotta cut back. We gotta let you go, buddy. Yeah. Sorry about that. You know what I mean? That happened to a sister in Houston. Actually, was it one or two sisters in Houston? It was one. Was it Abadiah? Yeah. It was Abadiah. Yeah, I thought it was. I know it was somebody out in Houston, man, that they were there for a while at a job. And, you know, I know it happened to you. You weren't there that long, but you know, they get you in these jobs and then easily pat you on the back and, hey, you know what? We got to let it go. Those foundations don't last. You know, that's why we got to start investing in ourselves. And you hear that a lot. Israel hears that a lot, but you got to invest in yourself. You got to be thinking about your people, your nation, and establishing it that way. Go ahead.
Verse 17. Judgment also.
Okay, go from there. Go to 2 Timothy 2:19. We'll go to that one. 2 Timothy 2:19.
2 Timothy 2, verse 19.
Go ahead.
Nevertheless, the foundation of the Most High standeth sure.
Just to reiterate the point, and if y'all just tuned in, the brother had a question in 1 Peter 2:6. And we're just going over precepts to add to that, just showing that this foundation, this cornerstone is Yahweh Shai, and how it has to be built correctly, and that there is a method. There is a method. You can't come in with all that, you know what I mean? I just move how I want to move. Man, the structure's in the scriptures. You see how they did it in the scriptures. It's easy. Go through and look how Paul, Peter, how these men dealt with the men, how they, every time you read about these different churches in Asia Minor, what he talked about, what were they dealing with, how they had to correct people, how they had to check people, how they had to cast people out, how they were dealing with demons. Because a lot of classes we went through on that when we talk about correction, right? Think about it. A lot of people come to the truth and think, oh, everybody's going to be pure. Why did Paul say that this brother in Corinth was having sex with his father's wife? Right? I thought everybody was going to be pure and righteous. Like, he had to check this man in Corinth because he was having sex with one of his father's women. You know what I mean? So, you got to think about that. It wasn't all peaches and cream. Why we got to rebuke them sharply that all may fear? Because these things had to be dealt with. You know what I mean? They had to be dealt with. They had to, they were coming in amongst us. Everybody wasn't just pure roses when they got the truth. So these issues are going to happen, but we won't know that unless the foundation. We wouldn't be able to go back to the, if we thought outside of structure and order and discipline, we're not going to be able to see. It's right here. This is how we do it. How do I build my household? Foundation got to be here. I was just talking to a brother about that in Houston. You got to, these foundation with these women. You can't go in. You already laid a foundation of sucker for love ass nigga. Sorry. You can't lay that foundation. You're just, you're carrying her everywhere. You're like, baby, I'm begging. And then next you know, when you get the truth, you try to get a little backbone and you're like, we're not doing that no more. She's going to be like, well, why not? You always massage my feet at night with a rose on my bed. You know what I mean?
Right.
Why not now? Why are you busy studying? So foundations have to be established. Read that part again.
Nevertheless, the foundation of the Most High standeth sure.
Right.
Having the seal, the Lord knoweth them that are his.
Right. See, the foundation standeth sure. The Most High, Yahweh Shai's foundation stands sure. And when we understand that, we will understand that there's no other sure foundation. Everything else that we build on broke down. You build it on Esau's foundation, it will fall. You build it on your mama, your daddy, how you feel, how you think, it will crumble. It has weaknesses.
Yeah, they're asking what the question was.
No, they just wanted to know, what was the question?
Right, I did. I said that. Say it again. So the question is for y'all that just tuned in, was in 1 Peter's 2 verse 6. You don't got it up there?
I was doing it now.
Okay. Yeah, question, and make sure you put question 1 Peter's 2 and 6. But the question was in 1 Peter's 2 and 6. So we're just adding precepts to that. All right. So did you finish that?
Well,
Go ahead.
and let everyone that nameth the name of Amashiach depart from iniquity.
Right. So go from there, jump back to Corinthians. Go back to Corinthians 3.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Go back to Corinthians 3 and read verse 9.
Verse 9.
And we're going to read down.
For we are laborers together with the Most High.
Right. So now we understand that we are laborers. Just like when we were building in Nehemiah, right?
Come.
What had to happen?
To come together.
Yeah.
You actually had to protect each other.
You had a sword in one hand
Yeah, and a tool in the other.
and a tool in the other, and brick in the other.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You had to be there unified to be able to accomplish this unified goal. We're laborers doing that. And once again, a lot of people don't see that. You want to be individual. Oh, you don't need brothers. It just said we're laborers together. We need unity, brotherhood, all those other things that are going to bring us closer to true love for your brother. Think about it. If one of the greatest commandments is love thy neighbor as thyself, how am I going to do that if I'm not practicing? I like how Mashaba said it on the Sabbath class. Oh, it was all four of them. I remember one of the brothers saying about going through the afflictions, not the afflictions, as a good soldier enduring hardness.
Oh, yeah.
And how that they were saying that how are you going to endure hardness if you're never put in the predicament, if you're never put in the situation or trained to endure.
Right.
It's not going to work. So we're laborers together. This is a unified battle. Go ahead.
Ye are the Most High's husbandry.
Go ahead.
Ye are the Most High's building.
Right. There he's showing you. We're the building. So this analogy goes back to us. Individual, yourself, your body, as a family, your household, your wife, your children, then the nation, right?
Yeah.
Then the nation, building and doing and being an example to the people. So everything is established the right way. Go ahead.
Verse 10. According to the grace of the Most High, which is given unto me.
Right. So he's reiterating that we were given grace to do this. It wasn't like, we could have We could have just hired anybody at 7-Eleven. No. You were chosen, given the grace to partake in this ministry. Go ahead.
As a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation.
Go ahead.
And another buildeth thereon.
Go ahead.
But let every man take heed how he buildeth thereupon.
There you go. Watch how you're building. Are you watching how you're starting out? That's why I tell brothers, look from when you came into the truth to now, and where have you grown? Not in knowledge. Knowledge just puffeth up. So it can't just be knowledge. Right? How much you know. Charity edifieth. So the knowledge got to be transitioned to action, which brings forth your charitable, loving, loving acts. There you go. Right? Okay. Go ahead.
Verse 11. For other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is Yahushua Mashiach.
There you go. He laid the foundation. He's the cornerstone. Now we got to come in. We're building on these things. Go ahead.
Verse 12. Now if any man build upon this foundation, gold, silver, precious stones.
Right. Now he's showing you how we're building on this foundation. If any man build on this foundation, gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble. Go ahead.
Every man's work shall be made manifest.
Right.
For the day shall declare it.
Right. How? Hold that. Where you at?
This is Matthew chapter 7 verse 26.
Matthew's 7:26. This is 1 Corinthians 3:9. Oh, the other one? Yeah.
Matthew chapter 7 verse 26.
Matthew 7 verse 26. Go ahead.
And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not,
right,
shall be likened unto a foolish man,
right,
which built his house upon the sand.
Right. So he built his house on the wrong foundation. Yep. You build it on the wrong foundation because he don't what? It says doeth what?
And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not.
And doeth them not. So this foundation is going to be determined on how you apply the knowledge you've been given. Or if you apply it at all. Right? Are you the guy that really knows how to fortify and use the wisdom? Are you the one that's coming back and constantly asking, hey, I mixed this mortar, but something ain't right. Is it that mortar that's going to be stubble, hay, or is it going to be a little stronger, wood? Right? Or is it going to be precious stones, or is it going to be gold or silver? Right? You see that? A lot of brothers don't understand this.
You don't look at it like that.
Yeah.
You don't look at what you're trying to prepare.
Right.
You're just in a moment, not really understanding how your building is going to last. How that building is going to last. Is it going to be for a week, a month, a year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years?
And some brothers haven't even put on their clothes to start building. Why? Because they're still occupied in carnal things. They haven't even showed up yet. Why? Because their mind is not as a master builder. They're still looking back. You looking back, you ain't even start walking forward yet, right? One of my favorite scriptures that I share all the time with my ribs in my household. This is Wisdom of Solomon. Proverbs 9:1. Just on this point right here, we're going to jump back to that.
Proverbs 9:1.
Go ahead.
Wisdom hath builded her house.
What?
Wisdom hath builded her house.
Yeah, that's how we supposed to be building the house. On wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Go ahead.
She hath hewn out her 7 pillars.
She had what?
Hewn out her 7 pillars.
See, those foundations. Wisdom is establishing your foundation. And wisdom is the correct application of knowledge. Wisdom is not what I know or you know, or correctly applying what I think or what you think. It's applying what the Bible says. You see that? So you using the Bible is going to establish your house and build your walls and your foundation and fortifying. But now you got to know how to go in here and do that. You know what I mean? Every situation, everything has a correct way to lay the foundation and build. You don't do that, it ain't gonna be built correctly. You're gonna see it starts crumbling in areas, right? When you deal with your ribs, if you don't lay the foundation correctly with her and show her it's about the Most High and Yahweh Shai, what's gonna happen? You're gonna see the cracks in it. It starts to crumble. It starts to fall. Train up the child in the way which he shall go. If you don't use wisdom and you don't use understanding on how to train up a child in the way he shall go and be consistent with that, you're going to see cracks and holes in that. Your spirit, right? If you don't keep your spirit diligent, fervent, first loved, you're going to start seeing crack and holes. And you're only going to do it for a while, and then your building is going to crumble. Right? We're going to go back. Go ahead. No, that's it on that. That's it on that. Jump back. Jump back to Matthew 7.
Matthew 7:26.
Go ahead.
And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them not,
right,
shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came,
right,
and the winds blew,
right,
and beat upon that house, and it fell,
right,
and great was the fall of it.
Go ahead. Right, and great was the fall of it. And that's the thing that a lot of brothers, sisters' house, they don't have to fall. What you need to have is a brother that can come in and show you where your foundation is cracking. He needs to give you an estimate on your house,
an
appraisal, and tell you, well, what's going on here? Okay, so you got your structure, your roof is like, you see this right here? This crack right here is bringing this. That's how it be. But what happens to a lot of us? What happens to Israel? Nah, you don't need to tell me how to come. That's my house, bro.
Start patching it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it. Your ribs suddenly, but baby, when the rain comes, it goes through, it leaks through. Nah, I got it. It's gonna crumble. Go ahead.
Verse 28.
And
it came to pass when Yahweh Shai had ended these sayings.
So jump back to 1 Corinthians 3, and you left off at 13. Go ahead.
Every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare.
Now we know what that day is. When the winds beat on your house and you don't stand the test of time, right? That's what the beating is. The beating is you don't stand the trials, the tribulation, the persecution, the being brought low, right? Or being brought high. You don't stand none of these things that you go through, and what happens? Your house crumbles because you didn't fortify it the correct way. You got something? No? Not yet? Go ahead.
Because it shall be revealed by fire. And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is.
Right. And what?
And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is.
You see that?
Ooh, I can go down.
You see? But he said the same thing that Yahweh Shai said, just using fire as opposed to wind.
Yep.
Well, we know fire, the scriptures came back and said we're going to be baptized by fire, which is the trials, tribulation, persecution, being purged, the trial of your faith. Right? Just like gold, you're going to be tried. But once again, this idea, everything we're going here, people don't get that. They think, no, the truth is only supposed to be hard. I'm supposed to just follow the Sabbath, come to class like church. There's not supposed to be any trial, any battle mental, anything that puts me to the test.
No bondage.
Yeah, no bondage. So when Paul said how he was a prisoner, it didn't really mean prisoner.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I know when you said the foundation, when you said precious stones, different types of foundation.
Talk a little louder for them so we won't have to repeat.
No problem.
You got it?
Yeah.
All right.
I just have to clear the throat. But when it said something about the different types of foundation, make the foundation on the mortar, they use precious stones and different things. And then I was just thinking when you said that in the parallel when Jesus, Yahweh told Peter, upon this rock I build my church.
Right.
So it was basically off of Peter's faith and wisdom at that point that he saw and said, off of this I'm gonna build my church. So
Right.
it's like mainly that rock, that foundation is just, I guess, like you said, the wisdom, or that's what. Basically, is there different types of foundation when you said the precious stones, or different?
There is, but remember that's just an analogy. That is just.
Gotcha.
That's just a parable, idiom.
Right.
That's all that is. But there is psychologically, mentally, and spiritually, right?
Okay.
If you build your mind, if your mind can't stand the test of time through the different battles you're going to go through, then it's going to determine where you stand. Are you gold, hay, stubble, wood, right? So that's all that analogy is saying, is that there is different. There's different levels.
Okay.
But what level are we supposed to strive for? The strongest level, right? What the Bible is just telling you is that, now give you a little something a little deeper. When we look at people, we're going to be able to determine their stability level and how they build on in the spirit based of their stand in the test of time, right?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? You got cats that come in, they run strong, right? You know what I mean? They're running, they're shalom, they're letting their beard grow, they're brother flyers, and then next you know, something comes in and diverts their mind from their mission and goal. You see that?
Okay.
It could be a woman, it could be a house, it could be a car, it could be a job. It's usually all the things that Satan uses on humanity, men, women, to divert them from a spiritual goal, right?
Okay.
And it takes them off plans, off track. You know what I mean? To where they were like, well, I'm still doing my Hebrew Israelite thing. You know, I'm just doing it on the Sabbath now. It's almost like, let me take your focus off let me burn and quench that zeal. So, to what level are you going to be? To what level do you want to go? Everybody is going to choose that level, right?
Okay.
But it's also going to reveal who and what, where everybody stands. Oh, this brother didn't stand the test of the time, right? Watch. Hold that. Go to Matthew. Go back to Matthew 13. I said back. I guess we went to Matthew. Yeah, go to Matthew 13. And this is going to give you like the same idea. This is the same thing that Paul's saying. Yahweh Shai already said. 13, Matthew's 13 and
24.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No. It's 18. Matthew's 13, 18. And then we'll jump back to that Corinthians. Go ahead.
Matthew 13, verse 18.
Uh-huh.
Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not.
So this is the same way. This we're gonna see is stubborn. You're gonna see that this character, this idea goes back to nothing. You didn't come of nothing. You're stubborn. You're the dust in the ground. You didn't make nothing out of it. You didn't build anything on that, right? When he doeth what?
And understandeth it not.
So I come into the truth, and what happens? I don't really know what the hell I'm dealing with. Right? First thing we tell when brothers come in, Ecclesiasticus 2. That's our camp chapter. When you come in,
The entry scripture.
yeah, that's the entry scripture to the camp. Because you got brothers that be like, you see the light in their eyes, and we be smiling like, oh yeah, this brother's ready. He's ready.
You sent me that too.
Right? Ecclesiasticus 2. Every brother.
Oh yeah.
But it's still not real for a lot of cats until it happens. Then when your ribs start tugging at you like, hey, do you really need to go over there? Fall back a little bit. Then it's like, huh? Now, your battle might have been easy. You might gotta control it and be like, nah, nobody makes me fall back. The spirit says keep on going, right? But the other man might have been like, well, baby, well, what do you mean? Well, you always over there, and she's got to nag you for you to.
You're right.
You know what? Yeah, I can watch class on. You know what I mean? I can do it like this.
Right, we can watch it together.
We can watch it together, but she don't really be watching it together. It'd be background noise for her, while you be trying to really listen.
You sleep.
Right. But that's how it be. They don't understand when they first come in that all these demons and spirits, and next you know your friends start leaving you and family start leaving you, and you're dealing with it good by all means because you have the knowledge in you. You know what I mean? So all these things weren't a shocker because it's easy. You see it. You're like, wait a minute. I've always dealt with the scriptures. This is the Most High just showing me the things I haven't seen. That's all it is. But some people out, they lose it. They're like, wait a minute, mama don't like me. The girl is talking about she's leaving me. You know what I mean? I'm doing this and this, and it's like, oh, it's a shock. It's like, remember in The Matrix?
Right.
When he said, we ideally don't free a mind too young.
Or too old.
No, too young, I think he said.
No, he said old.
He said too old?
Yeah. Because it's harder for him.
It's harder for him, right? And that's when he threw up. But that's the idea. Like people come in and they just like they start getting fidgety, they start looking around, they start getting scared, and it's like, wait a minute, this ain't the truth. Why is all this happening to me? You didn't know what the hell was going on when you signed the contract. When you come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. Go ahead, read.
Then cometh the wicked one, and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Think about how many cats we already had in this school, and we only been here 9 months. We had about 10, 11 brothers already.
Yep.
How many stood? How many stood the test? Why? Because one brother was like, well, y'all teach there ain't no immaculate conception. He stopped coming. You know what I mean? Another brother it could have been his job. It could have been his rib. It could have been like, I'll get to that later.
Cigarettes.
It could have been, it was like, whoa, they dropped that cigarette class, and every time I come to class, I smell like cigarettes. So that worked on his conscience. That worked on men's conscience. And just instead of saying, you know what? No, the law was given to me so I can purge this, so I can get rid of this.
Okay.
So Satan comes right out of nowhere, like, and take that with the soda. You know what? I'm just gonna go back online. I can watch everybody, and I can just sit there, and I can just go ahead and watch this street speaking and this street speaking, and you get all the street speakings, right? It's easier that way. I'm comfortable. They don't know the scripture.
Requirement.
They don't know the requirement. So now we're seeing that their foundation is stubble. It's hay, right? Well, I think hay is a little more stronger than stubble, right? Because hay still got to go through the burning process.
Right.
Stubble is already on the ground. Stuff you kicked around, broke around. Right? Go ahead, read on.
This is he which received seed by the wayside.
Go ahead.
Verse 20.
Go ahead.
But he that received the seed into stony places,
Uh-huh.
the same as he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it.
Yeah, so then you got the other individual. He lasts a little longer. He here with joy. Whew. He's on the Barakatah Yahweh Shem Shai. You seen the hallelujah, hallelujah. Right? And you see the twinkle in his eye. You know what I mean? He's enough with joy. I'm black. He was like, man, this is black power movement.
I knew it.
Then he come in and we're like, hey, you're asking a question, and I'm not going to offend, but maybe if she's talking about committing suicide, you should send her to somebody that really knows what they're talking about.
Yeah.
That offended him. And did you see how I said it there? That offended him. I was like, nah, he's what? Black Panther now?
Black Panther. Black Panther.
He's a Black Panther now. But I hear it with joy, but it's not what I think it is. This is about your spirit, not no black power, let's go get gun movement. This is about your spirit first. Can't get no damn guns when all these niggas hate each other, envious at each other, right? Go ahead.
Verse 21. Yet had he not root in himself.
He what?
Yet he hath not root in himself.
You see that? There's no real roots. There's no real foundation, which is Yahweh Shai. He was supposed to be looking at, wait a minute, man, this thing is more than just a black power movement. You know what I mean? This is about my spirit. This is about the kingdom. This is about way more bigger things. You know what? You're right. If I really want to teach my people and I want to help this sister, let me fall back because I might be telling her the wrong damn thing. At least listen to it, right? But there's no root. Go ahead.
But do it for a while.
But what?
But do it for a while.
Yeah, stick around. You make a few classes. You know what I mean? You'll sit in there a minute until, go ahead.
For when tribulation.
When what?
When tribulation.
Go ahead.
Or persecution arises.
Read.
Because of the word.
Read.
By and by he is offended.
He is what?
He is offended.
Bruh, y'all, you know what I mean? You get corrected too hard. Your family leave. This person, that person. You're going through these battles. I gotta just, I gotta get myself together. I should just go through the whole damn list we get. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna, what I gotta do is I gotta get myself together and then I'm gonna be back, brothers. I'll be back. It don't work like that. You weren't together in the world.
Yeah.
If that was the case, the Most High wouldn't have gave you the knowledge. When he gave you the word, he specifically said, go out and go to the highways and byways and bid them to the marriage. At that time. You want to come to the marriage late. Oh, let me go bury this person. Let me go tell this person. It's like, bro, we calling you now. The Most High is calling you now. Go ahead.
Verse 22. He also that receives seed among the thorns.
Right.
Is he that heareth the word and the care of this world.
And the what?
The care of this world.
So now you got this individual that come in, hears the word, loves the knowledge, loves the truth, knows is the word, knows is the knowledge, ain't not no Christian, Catholic, ain't not none of that madness, ain't not no Christmas. But there's still the manipulative way that Satan comes in to get that person. Go ahead.
And the deceitfulness of riches.
The what?
The deceitfulness of riches.
Tell me what the deceitfulness of riches mean. What does that mean?
Chasing dollars.
Huh?
Getting money.
Is it saying that it's wrong for him to have a job?
No, not at all.
What does it mean? What does it mean by the deceitfulness of riches? Then how do you relate that to the point of what the Bible's bringing out? I'm asking both of y'all. What is it? What was it that this individual let shake him? Because we know it ain't wrong to have a job. It ain't wrong to have a woman. It ain't wrong to have a house, car. It ain't wrong to have a mansion. But what was it? What was it that defiled this individual? What made the riches deceitful? Why does it say deceitfulness of riches? What is it that deceived him? I'm trying to ask you different ways. Yeah.
The way he went about getting the money?
The way he want to go about getting money. Okay. What way?
I guess.
You see, the reason why I asked that is because a lot of people don't know what the hell that means. Because you try to equate, oh, wait a minute, so you're saying I can't get a job? What your spirit wanting and desiring carnal. And you don't understand that, no, it's not a job, bro. Of course you got to get a job. The Bible's not saying don't work. It says it's the opposite. If you don't work, you don't eat, right? So what was deceitfulness that deceived him about riches? Yeah, it's something to meditate on. You know what it was? Was that his goal in life wasn't to seek first the kingdom of the Most High. It had to be the carnal things. And I'll get back to the spiritual thing once I get my carnal thing. It don't work like that. Oh, I got to get my car right. Then I'll get into this knowledge. I'll get into studying. I'll get into learning. I got to get me a household. I got to get me a woman. The Most High called you single, bruh. Why are you chasing that? Those that have wives be as though they have none. And those that have none don't go looking for none. Right? Be content, right? So, you see how I'm pointing this out because this is a real manipulative spirit.
Yeah.
We all got jobs. We all eat.
Okay.
We all got houses. Some of us all got cars. But that doesn't determine my mission for the Most High. Like if I lose my car right now, I got to rethink the truth. Or if I lose my rib right now, I got to rethink what the Most High's mission is. It don't work like that. The Most High's mission goal to make it to the kingdom is not determined by carnal possessions. It shouldn't be. But you got the individuals that come in and they're like, you know what? I don't got this. I don't got that. I don't got that. Hold on a second. Is this the truth? Is this the work of the Most High? Yeah. Oh, did I?
No, I want to.
Oh, you want to? What do we got here? Go ahead, read. No, hold it. Go ahead.
And the deceitfulness of riches choke the word.
They did what?
Choke the word.
It wrings the word out of them. It's like, hold on, you don't know, seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High, and all these things shall be added unto you. So what does that mean? I can't get a job? No, that doesn't mean that. What it means is, why is your desire so strong for the carnal over the spiritual? So it starts to choke the word out of you, and it's like, hold on, you've been here how long? You don't understand that godliness, what contentment is gained? That anger is coming in, and bitterness is coming in, and fighting is coming in, and striving is coming in, because you're letting the frustration of the world and the carnal things weigh you down. And that's what happens to a lot of brothers and sisters when they come into the truth. You know what I mean? It wears them down. The Most High be true and every man's a lie. I done seen it a million damn times. No matter what way brothers try to manipulate it, money, house, and all these things usually becomes a problem to a lot of people. Go ahead.
And he becometh unfruitful.
He becoming what?
Unfruitful.
You know why? Why does he become unfruitful? Why does she become unfruitful? Because she lost her focus on what the truth was supposed to supply, which was spiritual things. Yes, we can't give you money. Yes, you don't have these things right now. But what we do have, that I give unto you. That's what Paul said, right? We don't have money, but what we do have, that I give unto you. Rise, walk, right? And that's what the Most High is showing us, that this is a big problem with a lot of Israelites. But once again, they don't see this as an equation to building. You see that? They're like, well, nah, that ain't why it is. That ain't why it is. The brothers just don't understand me. Brothers just got a problem. It's like, nah, bro. We're telling you what Matthew 13 says. That your battle is this. Your battle is lust. Your battle is pride. Your battle is money. Your battle is women. And now you're acting like we're trying to hold you from getting a woman. Brother, it happens all the time. So what you saying, I can't get a woman out? Y'all got women. It's like, bro, nobody say you can't get a woman. Look at your bad choices on getting women. What we're saying is, stop going about it the wrong way. And then the Most High bless you. That's what we're saying. No, y'all saying I can't get no women. Look at y'all. You over there, you got this, you got that, and then envy comes in.
Right, that's what I was going to say.
Envy comes in. Right, go ahead. That goes into
Verse 23. But he that has received seed into the good ground is he that heareth the word and understandeth
We're
it,
going to finish right after this.
which also beareth fruit and bringeth forth some 100-fold, and some 60, some 30.
Right, it's going to produce. So there you go. Right back to Peter's where you asked, and then Corinthians. It goes into the how you going to build. Let's go back, finish that Corinthians real quick. 1 Corinthians 9 and 13. Oh, is it? Oh, go 9 and 13. Let's go there. Okay, then we can say this tomorrow. 9 and 13. I mean, it's 8 o'clock though.
Yes.
We got two? How many questions we got? Okay. Go ahead. Go there. Go to 1 Corinthians 9:13. Let's finish that out.
1 Corinthians 9, verse 13.
Go ahead.
Do ye not know that they which minister about holy things live of the things of the temple?
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to say, go back to 1 Corinthians 3, verse 13. My bad, y'all. Go ahead.
Every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it.
Right, so there you go. Now, how is it manifest, John? It's manifest like he just said in Matthew 13. It can be manifest when this first cat first comes in and he's not rooted and trials and tribulation come and he's gone. It can be manifest by the things that take him out. Oh, what took him out? Oh, this cat could not stop talking about his ex. He was like, he got to go get his ex back. Oh, this man, he couldn't stop talking about money. Oh, this guy, he couldn't stop talking about carnal things. That took him out. It would be manifest by those things that are written in Matthew 13 and through all the other scriptures too. Go ahead.
It shall be revealed by fire.
And it's fire. Goes back to where? Ecclesiastes 2. When you come to serve the Lord, prepare you for temptation, that you're going to be tried in fire. Right? See how it all comes right together to show us what your battle is going to be. But it goes back to your question. This is how you're built. There's no way you're going to get this massive, strong house unless it's laid correctly and fortified. This is how you're fortified, resisting and battling and going through the trials and tribulation and showing the Most High, no, I'm that gold, refined, and you can put me in Revelations 21, where the rubies and gold and the ground was laid with gold and the gates were laid with gold. I want to be there. Go ahead.
And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is.
You see that? So it's going to try your work. Are they from the heart? Or are they for men pleasing? Are they to the Most High? Or are they to some fictitious religious mind? Or are you really in this? Because the Most High don't play. I'm going to burn your ass up to show. Everybody that comes before me, that's the chosen, they're going to be burnt up to reveal what's in their heart. He trieth the range, right? Go ahead.
Verse 14. If any man's work abide which he hath built thereupon, right, he shall receive a reward.
Go ahead.
If any man's work shall be burnt, right, he shall suffer loss.
Right, meaning that your work, that's actual works, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you went out there and you got 10 brothers in class. It's going to be tried by fire. Every one of those 10, right? Okay. Go ahead.
But he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved.
But, right? How? Read.
Yet so, as by fire.
You see that? So, yeah, you'll go do works, but they got to be tried by fire. And then you're going to be tried by fire. So everybody's going to be tried to show forth what foundation you're built on. Right? You get that? Yeah. All right. What other question? Good question. We haven't been over that cornerstone in a minute.
The one question that says, in passages such as John chapter 1 and verse 38 and John 20 and 16, Yahushua is referred to as Rabbi or Rabbani. Is this a title used today by Israelites? Furthermore, a requirement by many modern-day Amalekites is that in order to carry the title of rabbi, one must also have a wife. Their criticism is that since Christ had no wife, he couldn't possibly have been a rabbi. And it says, obviously they're trying to discredit Yahweh Shai. Is this even a valid argument? How do we convince our brothers and sisters who may be involved in Judaism to break out this trap?
Rabbi, when you go and look at the word rabbi, I'm going to show y'all something. If you look at the word rabbi, and in the Greek it says master, my master, right? An official title of honor. That's all it means. You know how when many kung fu movies, master, teach me, master.
Right.
That's where they got it from. Right, because he was the master, he was the teacher. That's all it means, master or teacher. It don't mean no teacher or master. We already know according to the Bible, Yahushua didn't have no woman, but even everybody outside of Yahushua, some of these masters, right? Master builders, right? They had women. Some didn't. So it's not determined. Rabbi, they might have came up with that in their mind, but scripturally, you didn't look at the master builders like Paul, like Peter, and say, okay, well, you got a rib, but you don't got a rib. You know what I mean? You're not a master. That's some tradition of man that ain't got nothing to do with the Bible. It says master or teacher. That's what all it meant. So, yeah. All right. Was that it on that?
Yeah, there was another one. It says, Shalom family.
Yeah.
Question on John chapter 6 and verse 54. Did Christ have to say it like that? Or why did Christ say it like that?
John what?
John chapter 6 and verse 54.
Let's go there.
John 6, verse 54.
John 6, verse 54. Go ahead.
Whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood hath eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day.
Okay, keep reading.
For my flesh is meat indeed, and my blood is drink indeed.
Yeah, he had to say it like that. Hell yeah, he did. And I really know now, you know, like when I first came in, it's like, that's the question. It's like, damn, did you really have to say it like that, bruh? Did you really had to tell the people that way? Yes, he did. Yes, he did, because Israelites need that. They need to understand that the Most High ain't here for everybody. It's meant for the ones that want it. Right? You got where I'm at? Where is it at? Yeah, go to Matthews. Yeah. Go to Matthews.
I was gonna say some people literally take that literally.
Yeah.
Eat flesh.
Well, hey, demons. They're demons. If you take that literally, you're a demon. But we know.
I knew it.
But remember that, and I don't think that's his question, so I ain't even gonna go there. But we know that's a parable, right? But yes, he had to say it like that. Matthew 13 and 13. Read that.
Matthew 13, verse 13.
No, jump up. You're going to go up to. Yep. 10.
Verse 10.
Yeah.
And the,
No, read 10. Read 10.
verse 10.
Uh-huh.
And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables?
Uh-huh.
He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
There you go. Because it wasn't given to everybody. Yahushua made it hard. The Most High makes it hard. I realize that too. We go out here, and this is after coming up on 30 years of the truth that the Most High, through the knowledge, showed it ain't meant for everybody. It don't matter. The scriptures say, right, the tongue of the wise, right? It tells you about he that is wise winneth souls, right? It tells you about, how to use the tongue, how to win people, win the love of the congregation, how to speak, right? It says, cry out loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, that all may fear. But it also says, speak comfortably to the children of Israel, to the daughters of Zion, right? So he says, go tell them whether they will hear or forbear. The Bible tells us to speak in many ways, right? To try. But guess what? It don't work with the wicked. Nothing works with the wicked. We already put it to the test. when I came in, there was more straightforwardness, like directness, hammer. We had to modify the way we deliver, not water it down, but modify our direction in dealing with people, right? I became all things to all men to win them over in Christ, right? We do that, but it doesn't matter, because what we realize is that you talk to that brother and say, hey, you know, man, brother, that's not the way to go. Listen, let me show you something, brother. Open the Bible. Yahweh Shai loves you, brother. Right. Let's go here. Jesus loves. Jesus wept. Right? We go through those scriptures. Yeah, but niggas will look at you like, Khan, yeah, I hear you. Right. But I'm going to do what the hell I want to do. It don't matter. We've been through it. You get certain brothers. When I came in, it was like, bro, get your, excuse my language, but I'm going to have to say what they said. Get your shit, get out of here. We ain't playing with you. That's what they told me. It's like, you think we playing with you? Go get your shit out back. We're sending you home, bro. And you know what I did? I was like, I don't want to do that. I was like, I want to serve the Most High. I came back in like, nah, man, crying tears like, nah, I'm not giving up. Yahweh Shai didn't give up. Guess what they told me? Did they say, you know what, brother? You're right. Yahweh Shai is pure. And you have a pure outlook. Come on in and sit down. They said, you think this is a game, don't you? You think we playing with you. But, you know, it's funny, but it wasn't funny at the time. The point is that it didn't matter what they told me. If it wasn't in my spirit, I would have found every single excuse to go back and take everything that man said or did to me to not fulfill my contract with the Creator. And I've seen many men do it over and over again. They forgot what the Most High said they were going to go through. It doesn't matter how he told them. Hell yeah, he had to tell them that way, because it wasn't meant for them. It wasn't meant for all of them. Right? Watch, read on. Come on.
But to them it is not given. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given. And he shall have more abundance.
Right. You see that? Listen to what he just said there. To whosoever what?
For whosoever hath, to him shall be given. And he shall have more abundance.
You see that? You know what that means? That means that there was something in this man or woman's spirit that wanted it, that could not be stopped. The spark, the chosen from the foundation of the earth, unstoppable spirit that nothing's going to stop them. Right? They were the ones that were going to do what? What were they going to do afterwards when Yahweh Shai said those things? When Yahweh Shai said things like that, what were the ones that really wanted it? They were going to what? And do what?
And went out. Did exactly what he said. Went out.
You know what they were going to do, bro? They were going to go to him and ask him, hey, what you mean by that?
Yep. They seek wisdom.
They were going to seek wisdom. They were going to go wear out the doorsteps. Watch. Hold that. Go to. As a matter of fact, he's going to read it. Read where you're at real quick.
This is Mark chapter 7 and verse 7.
Mark?
Oh, no. Apologies. Matthew chapter 7 and verse 7.
Yeah, read that.
It says, ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and ye shall find.
You see that? Seek, and ye shall find. So, like, if anybody hears that, you're going to be like, hey, bro, can I rap to you after? Because I want to know what the hell you meant by that. But it wasn't meant for everybody over there. And the only ones that went behind the scenes, we're going to find out, is Yahweh Shai. The 12. Go ahead, read on, Shamayar. You can get that one, though, still. Go ahead.
Verse 12. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given.
Yeah.
And he shall have more abundance.
Right.
But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away, even that he hath.
Right.
Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they see not.
They what?
See not.
That's Israel. Don't matter how many Israelites people hear this word, it's about doing the word. Right?
Yeah.
I don't care how many damn breakdowns you think you got. How many YouTubes of Zabak, Israel United, GOCC, whatever Israelite school you watch, all those breakdowns ain't nothing if you can't perform the doing of them. Don't mean nothing. You see that? And that's what this was about. Like, yeah, they hear, they see, but see not. Go ahead.
And hearing, they hear not.
Yeah, they hear. You got a lot of knowledge, but you don't understand what this is about. This ain't about knowledge. Go ahead.
Neither do they understand.
Right, neither do they understand. Go ahead.
And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah.
Go ahead.
Which said, by hearing ye shall hear,
Right.
and shall not understand.
Right.
And seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive.
Right. So now I want you to jump back up. Did you finish that? Go ahead.
Verse 15. For this people's heart is waxed gross.
Yeah, see? You're talking about that's why he had to do it that way. Because he knew what was in the hearts of men. He knew who was going to listen and who wasn't. He knew who was going to want to desire. Go there real quick. Hold that. Go to Ecclesiastes 6.
Yeah.
6 and what?
36.
Read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 6 and verse 36.
Yeah, write it down.
And if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes.
No, run from him.
Get thee betimes.
You know what? He might cut my spirit.
Get thee betimes.
He told me something I don't like, so he don't like me.
Get thee betimes.
Right? Get thee betimes. Hey, Shlum. Ding, 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 ding. Hello, hey, let me get that. Let me get this wisdom. Yeah.
Ecclesiastes chapter 6 in the Apocrypha, in verse 36.
Yeah. Ecclesiastes 6 and 36. Go ahead.
Get betimes unto him,
Uh-huh.
and let thy foot wear the doorsteps, wear the steps of his door.
You see that? They were going to be running. The chosen were going to be running. Not running away. Not you know what I mean, seeing how they could be avoided. Not right in the middle of classes. Like, yeah, when's class going to be over? Instagram, Facebook, anonymous scrolling. You know what I mean? Come, huh? You say something, Kazak? Huh? Oh, sorry. I was looking at somebody. I don't know what I'm doing actually right now. I'm just, you know
like that phone.
You know how you get on random autopilot.
Consciously.
I don't know. I'm just scrolling. Kazak, you done? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Read on. Oh no, you were reading. You're right. Come on.
Verse 36. And if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him.
Right.
And let thy foot wear the steps of his door.
Right. Let thy foot wear the steps of the door. Go ahead. Is that it?
Yes, it on that.
All right. Jump over to 8 and 8.
Yeah, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and verse 8. It says, despise not the discourse of the wise, but acquaint thyself with their proverbs. For of them thou shalt learn instruction, and how to serve great men with ease.
Right. You see that? So this is just showing you what was going to happen to the ones that didn't understand and the ones that did want it. I want to get one. We pulled this the other day also. This is in, man. I thought it was in Proverbs. Read on. I'll find it. Read on.
Matthew 13, verse 15.
Go ahead.
Second precept. And their ears are dull of hearing.
Right.
And their eyes they have closed.
Right.
Lest at any time they should see with their eyes. And hear with their ears.
Yeah, because, man, if you're listening and if you want it, you're going to go out and get it. You're going to study. You're going to ask. You're going to try to learn. You're going to try to get it. So he had to, you know, whoever asked this question, another good question, he had to drop it that way. It was hard, right? It was a hard saying, but they needed to hear it that way. Go ahead.
And should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them.
Right. Was that it?
Verse 16.
Uh-huh.
But blessed are your eyes, for they see.
Right.
And your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see.
Right. So what verse are you at?
That's verse 17.
Right. So blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears hear, and your ears for they hear. You see that? So a lot of times, man, these apostles came and put Yahushua to the side and was like, listen, what does this mean? What are you saying? Right? So you got to see that it had to happen like that. All right? You find that one? It says, hold on a second. Just to show you that, like, the contrast. It says, man.
Oh yeah, it's a
What? You got it? Dang. Yeah, I thought it was in the Apocrypha too. It says, no. I thought it was in Proverbs. It says, when you hear, when somebody, I think it says a fool hears a wise word or something, he says he cast it away from him. You know, and just showing that, like, the ones that don't want to hear it, they're going to cast it. They're going to be like, you know what, man, I ain't even hearing that. And it says it displeaseth him. There's another one. Man, and I put that the other day too. Watch, let me see if I can get one of these real quick.
displeasing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's in the, there's a few of them. Yeah, 21 and 15, Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes 21 and 15.
Ecclesiastes chapter 21, verse 15.
Uh-huh.
If a skillful man hear a wise word, he will commend it.
He will do what?
He will commend it.
See, so you're listening, right? These people were listening, and the ones that wanted wisdom, they can cherish what Yahushua was saying. Go ahead.
And add unto it.
Right.
But as soon as one of no understanding heareth it,
go ahead.
It displeaseth them.
It what?
It displeaseth them.
If your first reaction every time you get wisdom is to get angry, you ain't even listening. You ain't even listening. You ain't even giving it an opportunity to settle in your mind and say to yourself, you know what? Let me meditate on this a minute, because it might be something detrimental to me. Go ahead.
And he casted it behind his back.
Yeah, and he casted it behind his back. I ain't listening to that. So they had to be told that way, because blesses your ears for they hear, blesses your eyes for they see. It's not meant for everybody. All right. We got any other ones on there?
I think it was a comment.
What's that?
The comment says, if you're spiritually ill, why would you be seeking a wife? I think that's a comment, but question. You at ISBHPK to get better, not snag a shorty and dash.
Right.
You there to get better. I'm trying to get out there next summer. I'm from Massachusetts.
Oh, we would love to have you, brother. Love to have you. But yeah, that too. You hear us say that a lot in a lot of our classes, because brothers, sisters come for the wrong reasons. They come for like you said, snatch a shorty.
Snatch a shorty and dash.
Yeah, snatch a shorty and dash. They ain't coming for the right reasons. But was that it on the questions? We got 25 minutes left. Y'all obviously know we're not going to no class now. So hit me with another question. If not, we're going to end it early. All right? So Good questions though. Good questions. That was a real good question. I like both of them. So we got to do a.
That was your main. That's the second question.
Which one?
The second one about John. Why did he say that?
Oh, why did he say that? Why did he say it like that? Yeah, that was a good question. Any other questions? Come on. We'll go over the class we had set up. You can change the YouTube. Make sure you change the YouTube title. We'll go over the class that he had set up for today. We'll touch on that tomorrow. We had a good class. So 25 minutes, y'all. Come on. Somebody got something. Oh, we're going to end it out early because there's no way we're going to start on our topic.
What was the scripture on the first question?
The scripture on the first question was 1 Peter 2:6. That was the scripture on there. Which was, about the cornerstone. Yeah. Anything? Oh yeah, here's another one. With that Ecclesiastes 21 verse 15, you can add that Proverbs 23 and 9. Yeah, that's another one that goes with it. But that Ecclesiastes 21 verse 15, that's one of my. I gotta remember where it is though. But yeah, that's my scripture. That it displeaseth him and he casts it from him.
Hold on, what's Proverbs?
Proverbs 23 and 9.
Proverbs 23 verse 9. Speak not in the ears of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of thy words.
Oh, yeah. So you can add that one to that one. What do we got?
Well, one of them says, why do classes end early?
In early?
Yeah,
We never
I know.
in class early.
And then,
I mean, unless it's a situation like this, which is really rare. What's that?
now we are asking, can a wife divorce her husband?
Can a wife divorce her husband? Dun dun dun. Go to Romans. Let's go right to the law on this. Paul drops the law on this. Romans 10. Or is it, let's see here. Romans. Wait, 10? No? Hold on. Romans 7, excuse me. Romans 7. Romans 7. Read that. 7 and 1.
Romans 7 verse 1. Know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law, how that the law hath dominion over a man as long as he liveth.
Right? So the law has dominion over a man and a woman as long as they live. Go ahead.
For the woman which hath an husband is bound by the law to her husband, so long as he liveth.
Right. So the woman is bound to the law by the law of her husband as long as he lived. Go ahead.
But if the husband be dead.
But if the husband be what?
Dead.
There's something more on the question?
He just said that he's asking this to educate new people about it, not like me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
She is loose from the law of the husband.
Right. She is loose from the law of the husband. So, no. She don't supposed to. Now, go to Matthews. Let's go to what Yahweh Shai said. Very important. In the law, we know she is bound her husband until death do you part. Okay? Now let's go to Matthews. It is 5, right? Go to Matthews 5. 20. No? No, that's not it. No. We're going to go to Matthew. Hold on. 30. 31. Matthew 5:31.
Matthew 5 verse 31. It had been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorce.
Right.
But I say unto you, that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causes her to commit adultery.
Right. So he can put away this woman. She can leave her husband if there's wickedness going on. Right?
Yeah.
You don't have to stay with no woman, and he don't have to stay with no man. She don't have to stay with no man. If he's up in the house smoking crack, doing crack, right? Beating you, he's trying to hurt you. You think the law is going to put her and say, you know what? No, you're a crackhead husband. You got to stay with him. No. If your husband is beating you, you think the Most High wants you to stay with that man? He just punching you in the face, breaking your ribs. You know how many women get abused by men? Choked out? Or well, the law says you can't leave him. That's why Moses gave us what? The bill of divorcement. Why? Because he understood that a lot of us in this generation was going to be wicked as hell and not follow all the laws. So yeah, we know the law says, ideally, you cannot leave your husband, you cannot leave your wife except it be for fornication. Right? Go ahead.
Causes her to commit adultery. And whosoever shall marry her that is divorced committeth adultery.
Right, because you start to commit a ripple effect of adultery around you. People around you. You let her go, she sleeps with somebody, it's adulterous all the way around. Go ahead.
Verse 33. Again, ye have heard that it hath been said by them of old time, thou shalt not forswear thyself.
Right, so now go from there. I want you to go to to Corinthians 7. Go to 1 Corinthians 7. And start at verse 10.
1 Corinthians 7 verse 10. And unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord, let not the wife depart from her husband.
Right.
But, and if she depart, let her remain unmarried.
Right, so she's supposed to remain unmarried. Go ahead.
Or be reconciled to her husband. And let not that husband put away his wife.
Right.
But to the rest speak I.
Right, so you see that? So ideally, you're supposed to, if you do separate, you're supposed to, once again, not marry. Okay? Try to be reconciled. But what is it in the law that Moses gave us? Huh? The bill of divorce, which is in the law. So you got two things here. You got the law, and then you got spiritually understanding what Yahushua is saying here. From the beginning, it wasn't supposed to be like that, and we're going to get to that one real quick. So you got instances, man, that why the law has to come into play. A lot of people don't want to say that. Right? So give me this one. Where is it? Go to one to Matthew.
Matthew chapter 19 and verse 3.
19, okay. Look. Yeah, already.
Matthew 19, verse 3. The Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him, and saying unto him, Is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause?
Right.
And he answered and said unto them, Have you not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female? And said, For this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh.
No, now you see that. We just went to all those scriptures. They're one. They don't suppose how you deal with it. If there is a separation, shouldn't be. Ideally, we ain't dealing with ideally. We're dealing with a wicked generation, a stubborn people. This is what's supposed to happen. What does happen is a whole different thing. You're supposed to deal amicably, deal with wisdom with your wife, deal with wisdom with your husband, try to work it out. Sometimes you do we're going to take a break. But Paul was given that understanding. Take a break, but come back. Right? When you go back down in Corinthians, he tells you, if one is willing to depart, then you have no power over that. You see that?
Yeah.
If they depart. So we're giving all the things in here. It's not, you can't just go to one scripture and be like, oh yeah, bro, never leave. Shalom. Class dismissed. She's bound to her husband to death. How about that nigga's beating her up? Molesting the kids. Well, then what? He's supposed to stay with her? Y'all got to think. That's why all these variables and knowledge is in here to show us, man, that there's a correct way and wisdom pertaining to your predicament to deal with these issues. Go ahead.
They say unto him, verse 6, Wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh.
Right.
What therefore the Most High hath joined together, let not man put asunder.
Read.
They say unto him, Why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement and to put her away?
And that's in the law. For all you law Israelites, it's in the law. You can give your wife a bill of divorcement. But Yahweh Shai is showing that what should have been from the beginning. You deal with a woman, you correctly understand who you're going to deal with, man or woman, and then you marry this woman. You understand her. You don't just jump into everything. And we've been over this, and that's why I'm going about it like this, because they talked about this on Sabbath class. We talk about this all the time. Ideally, you're supposed to be knowing who you're dealing with before you jump into the sack with them. That way, you don't break up with this person, you got with them, oh, I'm done with you. And then, you know what, I'll get with somebody else. And then jump into the bed with them. And then, you know what, I'm done with you too. That's fornication. That's adultery. All right? And it's going to breed adultery. Go ahead.
He said unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts.
But, this is the point I wanted to bring out. But, there is a bill of divorcement because of the hardness of your hearts. It's there for that reason. There's some situations, man, when people, bro, you got husband and wife that hate each other. Choke each other the hell out. Cannot deal with each other. What are you going to be like? Nah, well, the Most High said y'all bound together. Yeah, you can say that all you want. But that's why a lot of these situations, they kill their wife. They kill their husband. Right? Because they can't control those things. And it's like, man, every time I start talking to her, she just lets off on me and starts punching me in the face and doing this and this. But the Most High ain't bound you to that. What you going to do? You going to hit her back? End up in jail? Right? No, you got to separate. Nah, I'm done with you. She might have to do the same thing. Like, this nigga's crazy. I'm done with you. So that's why the bill of divorcement was given. Go ahead.
Suffered you to put away your wives, but from the beginning it was not so.
Yeah, even Yahweh Shai is hitting all of it. He's touching on all the perspective. From the beginning it wasn't like that. But because you niggas are crazy, wild, beastly, this is why Moses said, you know what, okay, all right, you can give this person the bill of divorce. Know that when you do that, it's done. It's a done deal. Go ahead.
And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication.
But reiterating, This has to be, it had to be for something serious. It couldn't just be, oh, wait a minute, I'm arguing with her, she got fat, you know what, he got pimples now, he got fat. You know what I mean? No, it got to be for something serious. And when you look at fornication, I mean, fornication, being outside of the spirit, dealing with other gods. If she brings a Christmas tree in the house, you just going to be like, yeah, baby, bring the Christmas tree in? She. As for me and my house, we shall serve the Lord. You take that damn Christmas tree and you and that tree leave. There's no, I'm not going to let that demon come in my house. Right? But you see, once again, you'll be breaking up because of a tree. because of a tree.
Demons, man. That's crazy.
You understand? So prideful demons. So the Most High He gives us these situations, man, to show us what it should be like. Us following the laws and commandments, we know what we're supposed to be guided by, what we rule ourselves by. But do the wicked hold to the law? No. The wicked are going to, first of all, obviously, if you're in a relationship, you get beat, you ain't keeping the scriptures. Your man ain't, if he hitting you and beating you, scriptures say for the men to treat their women like their own flesh. Would you yet beat the flesh of yourself? And if you got that many demons on you, then you need to be alone. Same thing with the women. You see that? So it's a lot of things that you got to consider, especially when we bring out this topic. We've had many sisters and brothers be in situations, man, that were abusive, that were drugs, that were straight up child molestation. And we had to say, listen, sis, brother, get away from her. Get away from him. This guy's insane. This girl's insane. Right? So that's why I wanted to go through the whole thing for you. All right? So was that it on that?
Wow.
Go ahead.
And shall marry another, committed adultery.
Right.
And whoso married her which is put away, doth commit adultery.
Right. So we get that. We get that. Does anybody have any other questions?
This question says, how is it that churches insist that Yahushua and Yahweh are one and the same when he clearly prays often to the Father?
Right. We got a whole class on that one. Yeah, put the link on. We got a whole class on that. Who asked that?
Aggie student.
Aggie student. Yeah, Aggie. We're gonna go ahead and send you the link on that because we hit that with some brute force dealing with that subject. Yeah.
There's another question. It says, it seems that the more I walk in this faith, something happens to try to distract me. What is a good scripture to help me at times like that?
I don't know if you just logged in right now, but we're going to go to Ecclesiastes 2, you know, one of our favorite chapters, and there's a million scriptures that can go with that. But if you first prepare your mind with this chapter, and this has got to be your mantra daily. Like a lot of brothers and sisters that don't really understand what's happening, this has to be your mantra. You got to go and understand what the Most High is putting you in, what you're dealing with. So what I would say is you start here. Go to Ecclesiastes 2. We won't go over the whole chapter. We'll read a few verses for you. But who asked that one?
This is Katina Jefferson.
Okay, a new sister. We will go a little bit down further. Go ahead, read.
Ecclesiastes 2. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
And you probably missed it, but we were going over Matthew 13 earlier. And the thing is this, sis, you have to understand that as you're trying to do right and put on the change and put on the new man, the new woman, everybody's going to be against you. Why? Because Satan is against you. He's against you so you won't perform this transformation. And it takes you understanding that that's going to happen. It should be a clarity. I already know. Matthew 10 says, a man's foes should be they of his own household. So when I come to serve the Lord, I got to prepare my soul for temptation. What is the temptation that's going to come around? family, friends, money, carnal things are going to try to pull me away and distract me. All of a sudden, you're going to get the best job. The best job to take you away from all class, all studying, all. It's like, what?
Your boo really care about you now?
Yeah, your boo. Now they really want to spend time. It's like the cat that didn't even want to spend no time. Now wants to spend time all the time on class nights. It's like there's temptations and things that are going to pull you away. Just like in all these other things in life, man. But this is for your spirit, right? That's why a lot of these kids in college, they go through the same thing. Are you going to study or go get high with the other kids? Right? Oh, you want to get your lawyer, your
A law degree.
a law degree? Okay.
Juris Doctorate.
Yeah. What you gonna do? Party? You know what I mean? Sniff lines of coke, or you gonna sit and study? Right? Same thing, man. But coming to the Lord, it's that much more intensified because it has to do with your spirit. Go ahead.
Set thy heart aright.
You gotta set your thought process aright. I'll say it again. We said it earlier. Your mind got to be set in the right place and understand what you're finna take on. That Satan is going to continually bombard you any way he can to knock you out of the path. That's what he's going to do. He's going to continually. He don't stop, especially in the beginning, because you're new. You don't have as much as strength and muscle, spiritual muscle to battle. You don't have a lot of wisdom and weapons of war to go against Satan. So he's on everything. He said, girlfriends, girl, you know what? You don't come out no more. Come on, girl, let's go out. You go out. Next you know, you smoking hookah again. You smoking weed again. And then you hear the brothers in class talking about, you don't supposed to be doing that. That's wicked. And then you're like, well, I guess I'm wicked. Let me just go right back into the world. Right? We know every majority of every instance that happens to a lot of brothers and sisters because they don't set their mind aright that this is going to happen. So this is why you're being assaulted. You're being assaulted by Satan, adversary of the devil. Go ahead, read on.
And constantly endure.
And what?
Constantly endure.
You got to endure it. You got to be ready for the loss and endure it. You got to be ready for the things that are going to leave you in your life change. And you got to endure it. Go ahead.
And make not haste in time of trouble.
Biggest things with a lot of brothers and sisters. You read the scripture, you know what you're going through, and then you just like, well, you know what? I'll get back to that. I'm gonna come back. I just gotta. As soon as I stop smoking blunts, I'm gonna get back to that. Class, the wisdom, studying is gonna help you stop smoking blunts, cigarettes, drinking belligerently, having sex with every nigga in the club, every woman in the club. It's going to get you there. The Spirit is going to strengthen you, but you got to let it baptize you. You got to let the Spirit take hold. You got to let the guilt settle in. You got to hear these classes where the Most High is reminding you you're going to get your ass whooped if you don't. You need that. But a lot of people like, well, no, they too, I'm too scared. I don't want to hear that. I'm going to hear things that is going to cut my spirit, and I don't want to hear that right now. No, you got to hear it. This is the mind state as you come in, you got to have. Go ahead.
Cleave unto him.
Do what?
Cleave unto him.
You got to have faith. You got to understand and know that if your foundation is built on Christ, Yahweh Shai, that he will establish you. You're going to lose your job. You might lose a husband. You might lose some friends. But the Most High will settle your feet. He will take you, he will establish you. Go ahead.
And depart not away.
Go ahead.
That thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Because that's how the Most High works. He wants to see, are you ready? Or are you a part-time lover? Right? Because that's what it is. The part-time lovers. The Most High don't want a part-time lover. Oh, Yahweh Shalom Allah. I'm going to praise you on Sunday. Sunday after church, I'm going to go eat swine, pork. You know what I mean? Go get high. You know what I mean? Plus commit adultery with the pastor in the church. Most High ain't with that. Most High is not with that. He will destroy you. Go ahead.
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully.
Wait, get mad.
Take cheerfully.
Get angry.
Take cheerfully.
Walk around moping.
Take cheerfully.
I can't do this no more.
Take cheerfully.
He said take cheerfully. Why? We went over it yesterday about blessings. You're blessed. Right? They want to rock that out now. Blessed. No, you're really blessed if you got the truth. You're not fake blessed, Instagram blessed. You real blessed. So you got to understand that what you've been given, cherish it like it's gold. If not, hold that. Go, just write this down. Go ahead, read where you at.
This is 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. It says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
There it is. You see that? Satan, he don't care. He's going to use everything. You know what I mean? That's why he be knocking a lot of these cats out. He use your kids. He use your mama.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He use crack. He use crack bait. He don't care. Satan ain't got rules. He wants to cash you out. Go ahead.
Whom resist? That's it.
No, read down.
Whom resist steadfast in the faith.
You resist. So he wants to cast out the ones who resist steadfast. So he's gonna be on you. So you gotta, now that your antennas are up and you know what's happening, now you can go ahead and get your spike pounded into the ground, put a chain around yourself, and whatever wind comes, you just hold the hell on, because the Most High is going to take care of you. Yahweh Shai is going to fortify you.
Yeah. Hebrews 10 and 35, just to go with that.
Yeah.
Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 35. And this is a classic scripture.
Yeah.
You know, that we have, that the scriptures is showing that you can't allow those distractions, you can't allow those things that try to pull you to take hold of you, man. You have to stay rooted and stable. Read where you at.
Hebrews 10 verse 35.
Come on.
Cast not away therefore your confidence.
Do what?
Cast not away therefore your confidence.
And you can't cast away that zeal, that confidence that you had when you first had the truth dropped upon you. Mm-hmm. When you knew about, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Oh, I'm a son or a daughter of the Most High. Mm-hmm. I'm someone special.
Right.
The scripture says, cast not away that confidence, because you was like, I'm die hard for this. Mama, gotta go. Not saying gotta go, but just the things that you believe or think in, that food has to be pushed away. The Most High saying, hold on to that. Cast not away your confidence. Why? Because there are things that's going to come up to try to check you. That's going to try to weaken you. But the Most High is showing us that we should not cast away our first love. Cast away this confidence. Read.
Which has great recompense of reward.
It has what?
Great recompense of reward.
Yeah, this is showing you just the future tense of holding on to that confidence. Staying faithful.
Yep.
Being immovable, unmovable. Keep reading.
Yeah.
Verse 36. For ye have need of patience.
See, that's what it's about. The Most High is trying to see if you're going to be patient whenever these turmoils and all these different things start to hit you.
Yep.
Circumstances, situations, baby mama drama.
Yep.
Baby daddy drama, car accidents, jobs, people disrespect you. The scripture says, read that again, 36.
For ye have need of patience.
You got to need of patience whenever you hold on to that confidence. Going back to that Ecclesiastes 2, showing how gold is refined.
Yeah, let's go back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ecclesiastes chapter 2 and verse 5.
For gold is tried in the fire.
Did you already hit 4?
Yeah.
Verse 5.
For gold is tried in the fire.
And that's what it's about. For gold is tried in the fire. The Most High tries us. We have to go through some things to see if we're going to be acceptable to Him. If the words that He gave us is within us, to where it's rooted down and we believe in it truly. Because that's how you know. It's like a test. You get tested, right? You get a test, whatever job test or college test, you get tests on your knowledge that you know in that chapter. It's the same thing with the Most High. He don't test you over something you don't know. For example, patience. You got somebody that's speaking to you crazily, speaking you out of the side of their neck. What are you going to do? You going to snap on them? Or are you going to understand about, okay, they're out the way, they don't have the wisdom, so I'm going to handle them, and I'm going to come to them with wisdom. That's what the Most High is saying. It says, for gold is tried in the fire. Read.
And acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
And that's what it's about. We're going to be in this furnace of adversity, where adversity is coming at all angles. Family, job, the environment, the streets, your own mind.
Yep.
Adversity. it says that unacceptable men in the furnace of adversity read.
Believe in him.
Do what?
Believe in him.
Going back to that Hebrews 8:25 about casting not away your confidence. Believe in the Most High. Taste and see that the Most High's word is true.
That's why you got to fill yourself with more precepts, because you got to have a lot of arsenal against Satan. Unless you're that rooted, you can have one or two scriptures, but you need to constantly be in the book, constantly be purging out that old thought process. Because, like you said, a lot of times it's that old mind, it's that old you. Really, it's the lust of the flesh trying to pull you in the direction that is easier, because the flesh is easier. It's easier to do the things that you already been doing all your life. So these are the things. This is your battle. Give me that one real quick. Go. Give me that one while he reads on condition.
Wait.
Go ahead.
And he will help you.
And he will what?
And he will help you.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people don't understand that if you just stay consistent, the Most High will help you. He's not going to help no part-time lover. You don't.
Or half-stepper.
Yeah, half-stepper, like fake and phony friends. Like you're like she or he is not really with me, right? You're like, that's not a real friend. The Most High is the same way, but that much more intense. He's not playing with you. He wants to know that you're sincere. You're serious. So you got to commit. And you got to say to yourself, you know what? This is not a game. It's not church. It's for real, for real. Go ahead.
Order thy way aright and trust in him.
You got to order your way aright. Stay focused on the path. Trust in the Most High. Lean not unto your own understanding. Go ahead.
Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy.
You know why he said it like that? Because the question is, do you fear the Most High? Because the ones that don't, they don't wait for his mercy. They're going to get rich or die trying. They're going to get it the way they got to get it. They're going to get the women. They're going to get the car. They're going to get the house. They're going to get whatever it is. Because what else are you looking for if you got to get it? Right? If you got to wait. What are you waiting for? Let's think about it. What are the variables that we wait for? What are the variables that you wait for? Like when you look at this, it's like it's only certain things that you have to wait for. You're waiting for a blessing. What is the blessing? Usually something physical and carnal.
Make you feel good.
What usually pulls you out of the truth? Usually something physical, carnal that makes you feel better, but you waited too long and the Most High ain't with you and you got to go get it yourself. This is what he's talking about. It's nothing else. It's nothing that deep. Go ahead.
And go not aside, lest ye fall.
And go not aside. Because the Most High don't deal with double-minded, unstable people. Just like you don't. You know what I mean? Your husband, your wife, one minute they love you and the next minute they don't. You're like, man, one minute they there, the next minute they literally pack up all their bags and are gone.
Right. I love you, boo.
And then, yeah, I love you. Then come back. And then you know what? Nah, I'm done. I'm done again. And literally pack up everything and leave. You're like, this person's unstable. The Most High doesn't want an unstable person. Why? Because when you come amongst the congregation, your commitment and your love and dedication will be unstable. It'll be the same way. You'll come in, somebody offends you. Oh, I'm done with this. This is wrong. This is off. He offended me. She offended me. That was going to happen. Go ahead.
Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail.
Go ahead.
Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy.
This is the process, sis. So, you know what? It goes down. I want you to read the rest of this when you get the opportunity, and you'll start reading not only once, but twice. And meditate on these verses, because these verses are going to mean the world to you as you dedicate yourself to the Most High. Read that last one real quick.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 7 and verse 57.
Yeah.
Then answered he me and said, This is the condition of the battle.
Go ahead.
Which man that is born upon the earth shall fight.
Now, even when you read this chapter from verse 1, he tells you the path to the kingdom is narrow. You got fire on one side and water on the other side. The only way to get to the kingdom, to this place prepared for you, is staying on the path. That's the condition of the battle. You got to go through fire and water. That's how you have. That's the only way we're going to get to this kingdom, through trial, tribulation, and persecution. This is not like Adam. We're not born into the kingdom and with the silver spoon in our mouth and with the riches and glory of paradise. We messed that up. Now we have to fight for this. You have to want it. You know what I mean? No brother can convince you. It took me 30 years to realize that. We're not doing the convincing. We're not convincing nobody. It took me 30 years to realize. A lot of times when I was a young man, I'm thinking like, yeah, we're going to go show them. And they're like, you're thinking like, because you tell them the word, they was automatically going to feel it. Niggas don't feel it. The righteous are going to feel it in their bones and their spirit because the word said it. Not because of theatrics and music and dancing or the priest or how loud he was, but because you see it. You got to see it. And that's what's going to raise you up and change your mind. So that's the condition of the battle. All right. So hopefully that helps us finish the second chapter. You know what I mean? We're always here on our class days. If you got any other questions, if you got a husband too, get him on. Try to give him a little bit. If you're in and he's not, give him a little bit. Push him. You know what I mean? So he can get the knowledge and he can teach you. All right. Was that it? All right. So yeah, good question class, y'all. I like I always say, we like question classes. It kind of switches it up. Y'all put us on the spot. But it's all good. These questions, some of them are new and some of them are not. So, what else?
I mean,
that's it?
There's a question about, do we have a class link on the second death? We do.
I think we do.
Yeah. Try to find that.
Yeah, who said that?
Niku Herrick.
Niku Herrick. Do me a favor, brother. Send us your email. Because we'll find it, and because we do. And this is, I'm going to say this. This is why we're, with the channel, y'all have to know, this is not our main channel. This is, our main channel we started in Houston, and we got so many videos on there. We got a lot of classes on here too. So what we did is, we separated in our main channel, we had like our cable shows we would do local in Houston. We had our news shows that we would do. It's in that one channel. Then we would have class. Then we would have street speaking. So what we did is we kind of separated those channels. So we got now a cable show channel because those are only like 40 to 50 minutes. We got our news show, which is tacking daily, weekly news. All right. And then we got our class. So we got a lot of stuff going on, man. So like, share, subscribe, get it out there. We're going to hit you with the class. And then you can also go to all of our other classes on our other channel, which is the Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. All right. And then go through there too. So it's a lot. We've got a lot of classes on there. So, all right. Other than that, if that is it, what, we got another one?
Yeah.
What's that?
It says, if a man decides to have another wife, does he have to tell his first wife?
Okay, so when we deal with this other wife deal, okay, we know what the scriptures say that we did it. It was lawful, it was in the law. Moses gave us specific commandments on how to deal if this happens. All right? But I'm going to say this for y'all out there and you new brothers and sisters. Before you think about getting another wife, think on serving the Most High. All right? Remember, man, when you're taking on things, and how much have you given to the Most High? You want your house to last. You want your kids to be stable. What things do you need before you start getting all these carnal things? You got to make sure you're pleasing the Most High. For you men, you got to learn. You're not going to be able to establish a house unless you learn the knowledge on how to guide a house. You're read. Now, forgive me if you've been in the truth for 30 years. I regress, but I'm saying it as you're new. I mean, I don't know. He can be a brother. He's been in the truth as long as me. He understands. He knows the law. But I'm going based off of your question. Based off of your question, you're asking, when does she need to know? The thing is that you need to know what you need to do for the Most High before you get caught up into that. All right? Because that's all good and dandy, man. But if your first rib ain't established, ain't fortified, then you're going to mess up everything in your house, right? So you got to think about some things before you move on that. All right? And when does she need to know? That question is up to the husband, or that answer is up to the husband. It's up to the husband because he knows his wife and what she needs and when she needs it, right? The scriptures say, know them that labor amongst you, right? So Zion, I can come to Zion and be like, bro, what the hell's your problem? You're not thinking. Now, you know, I could come like this to him, and he'd be like, ex-military, his mind is more, he's ready, he can handle that, and he won't be like, man, see, that's what I'm saying, Kazaki, he just, see, like, his brother don't like me. He ain't gonna do that, because the way he was raised. But another brother, I might have to say, hey, I wouldn't do that if I were you, man. No, that's not the correct way to do that. Let me show you, brother. Let's go to, right? Same thing with your rib. Your rib is your rib. She is different. You know her. You know when she needs to know. Like, when I got my rib, I'm not going to go and just talk to another woman, right? And then go to my rib and be like, yeah, I'm talking to somebody else. That might not even work out. That might ain't even pan out. It might be to where she just, the woman I'm talking to, she ain't serious. She ain't really down to be dedicated. She's still in single woman mode, right? So why would I go do that? Why would I go tell my rib that and then put this in her head and then create that battle for her when I ain't even ready to establish that? You see what I'm saying? There's certain things I might need to get in order before I even go about to do that. So you got to know them that labor amongst you. Now, we know that's applicable in the congregation and the body, but it's applicable in your household. You need to know your woman, and when it's time for her to know and how you're going to bring it out to her. You know what I mean? So, yeah. All right. So, I mean, hopefully you listen to some of that, because we don't want brothers and sisters thinking the best idea is to go out and get 2 ribs when, what are you doing for the Most High? What are you doing for your Yahushua? For the Most High to say, here, listen, I bless that. I bless that household. I bless that family. Right? So you got to keep that in mind. All right? What else?
That's it.
All right.
Say count the water.
All right. So if that's it, we thank you, brothers and sisters. Y'all know the deal. We'll be back here for the Shabbat tomorrow, same time. Once again, if you new brothers and sisters don't know, we're here tomorrow from 7 to 9. And then Sabbath morning class will go back to Houston. So let me say it all over for y'all, because it seems like some of y'all are new on there. Houston does Mondays. We come back and do Tuesdays. They do Wednesdays. We do Thursdays and Fridays, and then they come back and do Saturdays. So you really get 6 days of class of information. And now we got, by the graces of the Lord, the Most High has blessed us to have Banabad and Mashaba down there. They're over there teaching class too. So you got a lot of heat going down in Houston, and a lot of good Sabbath classes that y'all gonna get, because there's a lot of experience over there. So look out for that. All right. So y'all that are new, go subscribe to the other channel. All right. Other than that, let's say shalom. Shalom. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Yeah. So do you want to fly, or do you keep the Bible on cop? The Most High is my rock.